Greetings, O Enlightened One.
It is time. Begin.
Yes, the toys are back in town. Even back in 2001, it seems Disney were milking Pixar's debut franchise for all it was worth. Following the success of 1999's Toy Story 2 game, Traveller's Tales went on to develop a kart racer.
Hey, winner!
Featuring all of your favourite Toy Story characters.
Oh yeah!
And also some other ones.
And in this corner, Rocky!
You're not convincing me that anybody asked for Rocky Gibraltar.
Who invited that kid?
Now, my experience of licensed racing games is pretty mixed, but largely positive.
The question is, will this game take us to infinity and beyond, or will it spin out?
My first impressions were surprisingly good. As with most standard kart races, you hold X to accelerate and square or circle to reverse. You can also collect power-ups and press a button to sabotage the other racers. And I say a button because it seems as though you can press a variety of them. You can press R1, which I find to be the easiest, but you can also press R2, L1, L2, and even awkwardly reach for the triangle button.
You know, if you're an absolute heathen.
Saddle up and let's hit it!
You start the game with Woody, RC, Buzz, and finally Bo Peep, who sounds rather different to how I remembered.
There seems to be no sign of intelligent life anywhere.
I think you're a little bit hoarse.
As in pretty much anything that's not a movie, Woody here is voiced by Jim Hanks, Tom Hanks' brother.
Well, we didn't win, but we lost with style.
He does a good job, although whenever I hear Jim Hanks, it always feels kind of uncanny to me. It's not too different, but different enough to be a little jarring.
Howdy, partner. I'm Woody.
Yes, of course you are.
Don't let this imposter fool you!
His sayings are pretty limited, possibly even more limited than Woody's pull-string phrases.
There's a snake in my booty hole. Or whatever it is he says.
RC is a logical addition to the roster. I mean, he is a racing car after all, although surely this gives him an unfair advantage over the others. This is how he lives every day, and this does also raise the question, are the other cars also sentient? Did they agree to participate, or were they forced to against their will? Are they seen as subservient to their anthropomorphic associates, just because they're a different kind of toy?
Hey, this gives a whole new meaning to poor race relations. Hey, I should be careful. I might be giving Pixar ideas for Toy Story 6, and Lord knows we don't need that.
Meanwhile, Buzz's dialogue is done in a very similar way to the Toy Story 2 game.
To infinity and beyond!
Most lines are stock vocals of Tim Allen from the movies, and they make about as much sense in this context as they did in the other game.
Revenge is not an idea we promote on my planet.
Come again?
Area secure.
Seriously, this guy seems to think he's a real space ranger.
Oh, not again. Woody, would you do the honors?
You are a toy!
Still, at least with regard to the first movie, he's in character, which is more than can be said for Toy Story 4.
Words cannot describe just how much I'm looking forward to Toy Story 5. Really?
Otherwise, they use some extra vocals that are clearly not Tim Allen, including the damage noise from the Toy Story 2 game. This is a logical move, I guess, although he'll often make this noise when nothing is happening. He'll even say it when you do something good, like pick up a power-up.
Oh no, I think my buzz is broken. Anybody got any double A's?
Speaking of batteries, there's obviously no death noise in this game. But we do get this.
Whoa! Whoa!
You're mocking me, aren't you?
What? Me? No. Whatever gave you that idea?
One positive thing I'll say about Buzz's video game incarnation is that he looks a hell of a lot friendlier here compared to the game box art.
I don't like it.
The locations are admirable, but rather limited considering the length of the game. Andy's house is extremely similar to its appearance in the Toy Story 2 game, which is cool but also somewhat strange to me. See, the other tracks include Sid's house, Sid's yard, Pizza Planet, and a bunch of other recognizable settings from the first installment. And it makes absolutely no sense that the toys would return to their old neighborhood for a race. Speaking of which, where is everybody? There are no human characters around at all.
You have mastered the galaxy.
Looks like everybody and their dog has gone on holiday. Well, not quite.
Yeah, it's kind of funny that Sid's dog Scud is present throughout several of the races. And just eerily watches you as you drive by.
I will awful.
I love the idea that the toys all just wait for the people to vacate just so they can race around in little buggies. These guys really have their priorities in order.
I don't know if I can do this.
My thinking is that the developers wanted this game to primarily represent the first movie, but it's a little odd to me that they didn't include more tracks based on the sequel.
So how about letting a toy with fingers dry?
Stranger still, this snowy track is called Andy's New House, presumably inspired by the ending scene to the first movie. But surely the house seen earlier in the game is also Andy's new house. You know, considering it's the same one as in the sequel.
This doesn't make any sense.
In any case, most of the movie locations that are included are surprisingly accurate adaptations, and it conveys the feeling of being a small toy rather well. I also appreciate the Pizza Planet car being in the parking lot, a nice little nod to its recurrence in Pixar movies.
Use the wand of power.
Although it's kind of funny that it's the only car in a whole parking lot. Is it just parked here, or is a delivery guy here for the race?
Maybe he wants a pizza the action. I'm sorry.
Of course, tracks such as the parking lot, Andy's house, and Sid's house also have stairs, and although they've obviously been amended to be more like a ramp, it's a bit of a bumpy ride. Going upstairs can really slow you down, and going downstairs can be clumsy as hell. Ow, ow, ugh.
Pathetic. And you call yourself a slinky.
Must have been a kink in my coil.
Throughout the game, you play challenges for each individual character. Completing challenges makes you earn soldiers. And earning soldiers unlocks more challenges.
Yes, sir.
This sounds like a neat idea, but man, this game is far longer than it needs to be. There are a whopping 200 challenges overall.
Oh my.
Some of these are over in a flash, but some of them are fairly lengthy tournaments. Not only that, but the difficulty is wildly inconsistent.
Mayday! Mayday! Come in, Star Command.
Gradually, you'll play enough challenges to earn a new playable character, and it's kind of funny when you get to one of the character challenges, as you are pitted against a whole team of duplicates. Oh my god, look at all the potato heads! It's a family reunion!
Oh no! My potatoes are escaping!
All of the neurotic Rex duplicates are so noisy, it's actually hilarious. Yeah, do you want to keep the noise down? How has nobody noticed that Rex is alive? He just won't shut up. It seems to take ages to unlock characters, and for a long time you feel like you're in dire need of change.
And speaking of change...
Interestingly, they managed to get John Ratzenberger on board as Ham the Piggy Bank,
Hey, Mick, wait for the ham.
and Don Rickles as Mr. Potato Head.
It's not easy being a major spud.
Not that they say much, but it's a nice touch.
All right, all pieces intact and a win.
What I like about the power-ups is that many are derived from the first movie.
Rockets explode!
Throughout, you'll collect presents, literal boxes of tricks. The red presents are electric power-ups. One of these is a red battery, which is a temporary speed boost. And you can also find these dotted around the courses, increasing your speed if you drive near them. Although personally, I think they look more like sticks of dynamite than batteries. Happy birthday! The other electric present is the zapper. When another racer comes near you, their icon will appear on your antenna, meaning they are within range to be zapped.
That's what I call a smashed potato. Oh,
The yellow presents are ball power-ups, including the Pixar ball that you can drop behind you. It will bounce around for a while before disappearing, and anybody who hits it will spin out. I actually found this to be one of the most unreliable power-ups in the game. I think I may have hit someone once or twice, but otherwise this one feels a bit of a waste. The other ball power-up is the Magic 8 Ball. For this to work, you need to aim your throw, ensuring a racer is directly in front of you. Which is exceedingly difficult considering how sensitive the steering is. Honestly, it's very hard to keep in a straight line. And it would be better if you had the option to bowl behind you, like the ball bombs in Crash Team Racing. The blue presents are space-themed. First there's the rocket, bearing a resemblance to the one from the movie, and as with the 8 ball, this fires in a straight line, and is equally as awkward to aim. But hey, at least it follows an easily recognisable path. The other blue present is a UFO, which seems to fly all over the place when deployed. It always seems a bit of a gamble whether or not it'll hit anyone. What the? Where is it going? Huh? Finally, the swirly pink presents are items you can leave behind you, the first being the spinning top. This will home in on anyone who comes within range, and then explode. And the last power-up is the porcelain sheep, which simply drops behind your vehicle.
Deploy the sheep!
It's nice that the power-ups are mostly inspired by the movie, but they're fairly limited and awkward to use. As such, I don't think this game measures up to some of the other racing games from the same era.
By comparison to Crash Team Racing, this feels prehistoric. No offense, Rex.
Oh, I don't know if I can take losing.
The challenges are mostly races, obviously, as well as lap time trials and knockout races. If you're in last place as you finish a lap, you're out. There are some challenges that have different names, but are in fact very similar.
Heads up, everybody! It's showtime!
The endurance challenges, for example, require you to complete a number of laps of a single course in a time limit, while the countdown challenges require you to complete laps of several courses within a time limit. There are also survival challenges, in which the goal is to finish first and avoid getting smashed.
Easier said than done with this game.
I need a drink.
And worse still, there's super survival challenges, in which you need to take out everybody else in order to win. These can be pretty unfair at times. If one of the other racers picks up the Zapper power-up when you're near them, you may as well just turn around and go home.
Aw, don't let it get to you.
Saying that, even turning around can be a bit of an issue.
Indeed, the controls are a little janky. It's not unplayable by any means, but the steering is extremely sensitive. Turn the vehicle too far and you'll swing right around and go back on yourself. The vehicles are very light and prone to spinning out. They're so flimsy.
It honestly feels like I'm driving a toy car. Well, I guess I am, so can't complain too much.
See, I'm a little conflicted about this. It really does convey the notion that you're driving a toy car very well. And once you're used to the steering, the races are manageable.
We won! I knew we could do it.
One thing I'm not keen on though is the smash challenges. Here you need to smash all of your opponents with power-ups and avoid getting hit yourself. And this requires some damn good aiming and evasive maneuvering. Get hit just once and it's curtains for you. However, if you have a power-up on you when you're hit, you'll simply lose that power-up rather than spinning out. As such, during the races, I actually found it to be more beneficial to hold on to my power-ups than use them. There are also challenges in which you need to chase your opponents down and either tag them by touching them or use a power-up to smash them. You can't really lose these challenges, but they can go on for an unbearably long time. Oh, it's so far away, come on!
It's not what I'd call a gas. Speaking of which...
This smash challenge at the Dynaco gas station really riled me. You need to smash all of your opponents before time runs out, but in my opinion, this arena is far too large. What's more, there aren't nearly enough power-up presents. Often you'll receive a power-up that's totally useless. The most reliable is easily the Zapper, as you're pretty much guaranteed to hit your opponents when they're close by. As for the other power-ups, well, I resorted to winging it, dropping sheep and balls everywhere, praying for someone to run into them. I also find it a little annoying that once a character is smashed and therefore out of the competition, they do not get removed from the course. They just fade to black and stay there. Not only is this a pain when they get in the way, but sometimes your power-ups can hit them, even though they're disqualified, essentially wasting it. That and it would be better if the presents were, well, present for longer. There were many times I was about to pick one up and it just disappeared right in front of me.
We don't want to give you that.
Hey, give me back my present. Please? I've been a good boy.
Before long, I encountered a reverse endurance challenge.
I don't know if I can do this.
I was pretty stupid here and mistakenly thought I literally had to reverse for the entire track. It took me almost a full lap before I realised that this is not the case.
Yeah, this wasn't one of my brightest moments, I won't lie.
Rather, reverse challenges mean you just have to race in the opposite direction to usual, which really isn't any more difficult than going the right way. The only time this did pose a slight challenge was in a shopping mall, as the escalators are obviously in reverse, but otherwise this just feels like a lazy attempt at conveying a semblance of variety. Personally, I think some of the worst challenges are collection challenges. In these, you need to drive around and collect 5 things, including clowns and, well, clowns. Yeah, it's just clowns. I feel as though they could have been more inventive with this. Like, maybe Bo Peep could collect sheep, and Woody collect critters or something. But nope, we're rounding up clowns. Every single time.
This sure as hell ain't my first rodeo, clown. Yeehaw!
And these really vary in difficulty. Some are easy as pie, while others are insanely difficult. I got so frustrated with this Bo Peep challenge at the diner.
You'll get 'em next time.
This collection challenge is called Dinner is Served, and appears fairly early in the game, yet I found it to be the toughest. The clowns are all too far apart, it's ridiculous.
Congratulations.
I swear, there's no chance I'm ever playing this challenge again.
Trust me, these clowns are not the least bit funny.
But the absolute worst missions are the target challenges. In these, you need to drive around and use power-ups to hit all the targets in the time limit. The first problem is that you'll need to drive around to find out where the targets actually are. There's no map or anything, so you essentially have to lose this challenge at least once to get your bearings. Secondly, this challenge only really works if you're given the right power-ups. I restarted the challenges frequently, as the game simply didn't give me decent projectiles. And thirdly, even if you do have a decent power-up, the hit detection is atrocious. Sometimes I understood why they didn't allow it, as I didn't hit the target dead on, but there were times that I did and it simply didn't register. Hey, come on, I hit that! No fair! These challenges are infuriating, and I came close to rage quitting. By the way, remember the Coraline game in which the characters tried to convince you that all the boring and frustrating games are really fun?
That was a lot of fun, Coraline.
Well, they do the same here.
Now this is fun!
No, it f***ing isn't.
The music of this game only serves to exacerbate my aggravation. The soundtrack is obnoxiously upbeat and
Perfectly infuriating.
according to the credits, the soundtrack is by PC Music, and I'm pretty sure it's the same company as Game Audio. You know, the guys who did the music for Shrek Treasure Hunt and Treasure Planet on PS1. Seriously, I swear these sea shanty style tunes are pretty much interchangeable. At least with games about treasure hunting it makes more sense. Having this jaunty tune playing as I'm driving around a concrete multi-story car park is a little ill-fitting.
Ain't nobody making sweaty love to this unsexy music.
It's not exactly bad quality, but basically the same as every other soundtrack I've heard by them. As I've discovered more and more games with these near-identical compositions, I've grown to despise them.
It doesn't really scream Toy Story to me, more seafaring Muppets.
The unlockable bonus characters are also quite limited.
I know exactly what I'm doing.
To be fair, they did include most of the anthropomorphic ones. Let's face it, I think it would be difficult to have Speak and Spell or Etch-a-Sketch driving a vehicle.
Fastest knobs in the West.
But hey, they've got Rex. I'm surprised he can reach the steering wheel with those little arms. Some of the later characters are rather strange though. Eventually you unlock Lenny.
Not Lenny!
Yes, seeing is believing, you unlock the binoculars. Keep your eyes on the road, buddy, because they're all you've got. Seriously, how is he even driving this thing?
To hell with Rex and his little arms. Lenny's got no arms. How do you think he feels? Who's next, the rubber shark?
Howdy, howdy, howdy.
Sadly, Lenny is not voiced here. In the movies, he was voiced by Joe Ranft.
Right here, Woody.
Now, maybe he was unavailable at the time, but I find it odd that they included Lenny and not his other character, Wheezy from Toy Story 2.
I think I feel a song coming on.
Whether he be voiced in the game or not, Wheezy looks far more capable of driving a car, since he, well, you know, has limbs.
Yeah.
The only way Lenny could fairly participate is if he went one-on-one against Mr. Potato Head with just his body and eyes. How about it, Potato Head? I think he likes the idea.
That's Mr. Potato Head to you, buddy.
The little green man is also cute in his own way.
Greetings, O enlightened one.
I mean, borderline creepy, I guess, but it's a fine line.
The claw is my master.
Otherwise, there's Rocky Gibraltar, everybody's favourite,
Watch the low blows.
who I swear I've never heard speak before now, besides maybe a few grunts here and there. It's strange to me that he is voiced while Lenny remains mute.
The winner is...
Another odd choice of playable character is Babyface, the crab-like mutant toy that belonged to Sid.
That's right, not spider-like, crab-like. No giant spiders in this game. Nothing to see here, folks, move along.
His appearance here makes even less sense to me, since he's the only one that doesn't belong to Andy. On the character selection screen, he just kinda creepily idles in the background waiting to be picked. Maybe they chose him as a playable character because of his memorable design, but I think it would have made more sense to have the wind-up frog take part.
Wind the frog!
At the very least, he has wheels. Some other characters would have been nice, even if they had to borrow from the second movie. Instead of Rocky and Lenny, why not Jessie or Mrs. Potato Head?
Hey, I can dream, can't I?
Anyway, there's not much else to say about the game.
I have been chosen.
There's a multiplayer mode which is fairly standard, although I think this is more preferable to the challenges, as it's a lot more fun playing with friends than by yourself.
One of my eyes must have rattled loose.
Once you've completed all of the characters' challenges, you get a reward.
Drum roll, please! Everybody put your hands together for the credits. Yay!
No, really, this is the reward apparently. At least we get some hideous caricatures to look at, I guess. But if you press X, you can also play...
Drum roll again, please! A sliding puzzle. Yippee!
Honestly, I bloody hate these things. Whenever a game presents one to me, I audibly groan. I don't think I've ever met anybody who actually likes these. Really, this isn't a reward to me, it's more of a punishment. I didn't bother completing a single one. In fact, I actually found it more enjoyable sitting through the credits. I'm not even kidding. I didn't spend any more time on these, but one thing I want to mention is that, upon winning every challenge as Buzz Lightyear, I really wasn't expecting Buzz's slide puzzle to be a screenshot of him dressed as Mrs. Nesbit. It's a rather odd choice, don't you think? It's not exactly the most empowering congratulations screen, but it does make me yearn for an unlockable Mrs. Nesbit costume for Buzz. What a missed opportunity.
I am Mrs. Nesbit.
Anyway, we're fast approaching the finish line. Is this game a winner, or will it get left behind?
Oh, I don't know if I can take losing.
While this is far from the worst racing game I've played, the difficulty of the challenges is extremely inconsistent. And unless you're bothered about unlocking some silent binoculars and this hideous thing, it's really not worth the effort. Several of the challenges are bitterly unfair, and so repetitive. Oddly, I found the challenges didn't naturally increase in difficulty as the game unfolded. Some of the easiest were towards the end.
I knew I had it in me.
But for a multiplayer game, there are much worse racing games out there. Some of the locations are interesting, but there aren't nearly enough of them to compensate for the game's exhausting length.
Oh my.
It's passable, but not worth investing all your time and effort for 100% completion. It actually got me thinking about what a modern Toy Story racing game would look like with the extended cast they have now. Like Dolly, Mr. Pricklepants, and that stupid Spork. I think the closest thing there is to a new Toy Story racer is Disney Speedstorm, which is much better than this.
Hold on to your accessories, this could get bumpy.
I understand you obviously can't really compare them as it's a much more recent game, but if you want to play a good Toy Story racing game, this is probably your best bet in spite of the paywalls. The controls are great, they've actually got Tim Allen as Buzz, and Zurg's evil laugh kills me. What's not to like? Meanwhile, this game is fun for multiplayer sessions with friends, but otherwise it's rather old hat.
Howdy, howdy, howdy.
It may not be in last place, but after just one playthrough, this toy's getting shelved.
Wow! I feel good.
Hey everyone, hope you enjoyed. I'm aware there was a bit of a delay getting this one out, and this was for a number of reasons. Firstly, I've been working on a much larger project in the background at the same time. I won't let on what it is at this point, but I can say I'm excited for it. Another reason for a delay is the recent heatwave we've been getting here in the UK. The weekend I wanted to record this video, it was far too hot in my room, especially considering I need to shut all windows and doors for ample soundproofing. With all my equipment heating up the room, I had no choice but to delay it. But we crossed the finish line eventually. As Marge Simpson would say,
slow and steady wins the race.
As usual, a huge thank you to my patrons. Upside Clown, Anthony Gallagher, 3Spooky5Me, Volico72, and Matthew Shaw. Thanks also to my free patrons, Jennifer Erzan, Jeremy Miller, Yukanai Yuko, Alma Elmer, Kira Flameheart, D Snuts, Heather McKnight, Hannah Kingdon, Michael Shields,
Dennis,
GamerKid96, and Mood Faik. And finally, a big super ultra mega thank you to my channel members, 3Onion, Jeremy Miller, Mr. D, and 3Spooky5Me. By the way, it looks as though I'll be working on a Cars review in a not too distant future. I am seriously surprised by these poll results. I didn't realise a Cars review would be so sought after, but there you go. Anyway, I'll see you again soon. Hopefully there won't be many more setbacks. Thanks as always, guys. If you like the channel and you don't already follow me on social media, please go ahead and do that. With so many creators leaving the platform, I have my doubts about the future of YouTube, let alone the channel. Should anything happen in the future, I'll still want to be able to connect with you guys. As always, the relevant links are to follow. Spread the word. Bye bye for now.
Aber forth.